What's going on, fam? I've been collecting the data. We've been collecting the data and collecting receipts. One of my good brothers hit me earlier today and told me to go to this other brother's channel. Said, hurry up and go over there. I hadn't even responded back to him yet because when he came in and he told me that, I had to evaluate what was going on. And by the time I started getting to it, the information had started getting suppressed. And people were kind of talking in code. But some of my good, reliable sources on Facebook had the receipts. So I have the receipts. But again, there's efforts being made, channels being flagged, so this information doesn't get out. We got a high-profile Israelite leader with some crazy allegations on him. And all the allegations crazy. I seen brothers saying, well, this is the most horrific thing I've ever seen. Is it? Is it? You know, this is just basic calculation. This is just the flesh. And, you know, a lot of brothers are getting into this thing for the flesh. They getting into this thing to do something that they can't do in the world. They doing something they can't do in the world, man. You know, you can't shack up with 4 or 5 women in the same house in the world. You can't do that. You can do that in Israelism, though. And what happens is brothers burn out their receptors. They burn out those, they get hypersexualized. Those sexual receptors get burned out and they turn into R. Kelly. It's the same formula. It's the same formula. He ain't start out that way. But once he end up with that flesh and getting that flesh together and appeasing that flesh, he got to this level. But we seen the signs. Come on, Israel. Come on now. The brother just had a video up with him and Pimpin' Ken. What Israelite? What Israelite? And then, how you think he went and seen Pimpin' Ken? How do you think he went and seen Pimpin' Ken? On who dollar did he went to go see Pimpin' Ken and get an interview with Pimpin' Ken? You think Pimpin' Ken just did an interview for free? You think he just got in the camera for free? Why would an Israelite want to talk to Pimpin' Ken outside of rebuking him and calling him the devil? But we seen that. We seen this individual. We seen footage of this individual inside of a strip club. And I'm not talking about the Passover situation. I'm talking about another situation where he in there and the sisters in there pretty much naked. And his dollars on the floor. And the brother don't drink. You don't drink, you don't smoke. What you doing in the club? What are you doing in the club? You don't drink, you don't smoke. Why in the world are you in a strip club? You in there to appease the flesh. You in there to appease the flesh. Now, because it's kind of new. It's fresh out here. All of this is allegations. All right, I got the receipts. We gonna talk about it. I'm swamped. I'm swamped with orders. I ended up seeing this mess. I said, man, let me go take a walk, man. Let me go take a walk and get my brain together. But, you know, we knew these things were coming, man. It's too much technology out here. There's too much technology out, and this stuff been going on, but it's too many cameras. It's too many conversations being recorded. It's too many text messages being snapshot. It's too many orders being snapshot, and it's so much. It's so many receipts that you leave behind, man. It's gonna be hard to cover these lies up, and you're gonna be exposed. You're gonna be exposed. And that's why these folks have a zeal. It ain't a zeal for the Lord, it's a zeal for the flesh. Jokers is traveling in the world for the flesh. They want to be world renowned. They want to be world renowned to be these great teachers, but it ain't for the Lord. It's for the flesh. Because the sisters are always gonna come at the leaders. No matter how many ribs he got. They gonna want the leader first. If they have a choice, they gonna want the leader first. And again, brothers is getting into this thing. Even, man, it's that ain't even it, y'all. that ain't even it. That, you know, it got some stuff from the same organization. Well, another brother's bringing up some allegations that's happening with whoever was over his camp. And, you know, brothers being extorted. We got to bring that out on a separate video. We still got the y'all thing. You know, I got receipts of where some of this stuff is coming from with him and that he didn't mention. We still got to cover that. I got some doctrinal stuff going back and forth with the body that I'm in, that I'm a part of. We still gonna have to deal with that. I hadn't really heard a response from what the last video I put up, but we gonna have to deal with that. And, you know, it's Passover season. I got a ton of orders. But I said while I'm on this walk, man, let me speak to y'all because I probably won't be able to get to some of this stuff. I had to load up so many of these videos and cut them up and try to get us to the point. But it's just an R. Kelly situation. They are alleging that this brother is pretty much R. Kelly or P. Diddy. And we know how these individuals got there. You know, maybe something happened in their childhood. Maybe we don't know about, but whatever the case may be, we know it's the flesh, man. We know it's you having a certain access to the flesh and nobody checking you. See, this should have been checked way before. With the whole thing should have been shut down with that Passover situation. The whole thing should have been shut down. And then, man, it's so problematic. And then the sisters who are reaching out, this, you know, they trying to get help from brothers that's under him. You know, y'all need to leave and go get some counseling. If you disturbed and distraught about it, go to your family and get some counseling. Don't go to no young Israel nigglets. And I'm gonna tell you too, there is a level of her trying to expose the situation. You know, I don't know that part of why she put that stuff out there. But again, that's that whole thing with that jealousy. I'm telling y'all, man, these polygamous relationships, man, y'all don't believe these women will destroy you, man. That flesh will destroy strong men. I don't know why you think it's a game. And why we don't take that. Well, I know why. The reason is because of the flesh. We want to ignore it. We want to ignore it, man. Yep. I'll say y'all salute, brother. Yeah, man, this is sad. But Jacob is proud and y'all will have hump. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Listen, man. Can you bounce back from that? Man, can you bounce back from then and say the brother ain't got no job? This is that brother's way of living. This is his brother's way of living. Yep. Can he bounce back? You know, and like, man, it's so problematic because if everybody leaves, you know, these brothers paying $100 a month, camp fees. See? $100 a month camp fees. You got 1,000 members, that's $100,000 a month. I'm telling these folks touching M's. And not just him. Yeah, they run around with t-shirts and stuff like that, man. These folks touching M's. I'm trying to tell y'all. They touching M's, man. That's why they talking the way they talk. And they arrogant and proud. But a lot of that stuff going out the door. And we don't have nothing to show for it. If we got 1,000 men. Come on now, Israel. If we got 10,000 men giving $100 a month, brother, we supposed to have some institutions. Huh? We supposed to have more than some storefronts. I had a storefront by myself. I paid for a storefront myself. I'm gonna tell, like, the folks gave me at my job, last job I had, they gave me they let me do the floors for $175 a week. And I could do it on the clock. It really only took me like 2 hours off the clock to finish doing the floors. And, you know, I said, man, that's the Lord's money. And we was in need of a school at the point we was talking about the school. I said, oh, that's it. That's the Lord saying, hey, get to school, Phoenix. And I just gave that money to the school. I always felt like that money, because it was just the floors, I wasn't counting that. I said that was this for the school. And at the time, we were the only people in Atlanta had a school. Besides IUIC. Maybe ISUPK. But when anybody came down, they had to use the school. We let Wi-Fi use the school. Let a couple other camps use the school. Like, and then brothers start brothers kind of get schools now. A few of them. There's really not many even. Where's the money going, man? And the money is funding people's lifestyles. That's what ended up happening out here, man. He said, we've been mentioning things like this for years. Yeah, come on now. Come on now. Salute Street Baptism, man. Y'all go over there and subscribe to the brother. I was supposed to have the brother on today. He sent me this information, man. I'm like, what in the world? How in the world we get here? How in the world we wake up here? And that's what I'm saying. And then the brother, come on, y'all. I'm sick. Then the brother said, pray for me. He said, pray for me. I was praying for the brother. I was saying, pray for leadership. I don't know if I said it in the last video, but it scared me when I seen him say it. He asked for prayer. I ain't never seen him ask for prayer on the darn live stream. He asked for prayer. And I know I talked to some people about it. And I was like, man, pray for Israel. Pray for leadership. Brother was asking for prayer today. I ain't never seen brother ask for prayer. And, but nah, you know what I learned from that? Now, you need to tell me what you need prayer for. Don't just ask for no, I don't want no more genetic prayers. Don't hit my prayer line about no genetic prayers, man. We need specifics. And I'm going to tell you, too, about that, man. I had a close, almost a mother to me. And my partner asked for prayer, but he didn't tell me. And I gave a generic prayer. It wasn't specifics on it. And I still have issues with that. I'm almost tearing up now just thinking about it. That, what if? What if I knew? What if I could, what if I gave up that genetic prayer and I asked for real healing? But, everything works out, man. Everything is on the Most High's timing. And, it was, he wanted her. It was her time. That's just what it is, and I just have to live with that. But the generic prayers, don't ask me. If you ain't gonna be specific, don't ask me for prayers. You want to hide your transgressions and hide what you're going through, don't ask me for prayers. I need specifics. We trying to see something work. We need problems. We need issues. We need specifics. But the brother asked for prayers. I'm out here praying for this brother. This brother just need prayer trying to help these sins not get brought out. Nah, man. I know the Lord probably listening to me like, boy, you a fool. You crazy. You are crazy. Yeah, that's what we talking about, grafting in part. That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. It's out here. It's out here, man. Brothers charging for counseling. Come on now. Brothers is charging for counseling. And jokers out here trying to be pimping Ken. Boy. Did he ever, that's what I got to go back and research. Did he ever say something about Diddy? Did he ever do a video on Diddy? And y'all didn't peep too, man, that when I one of them last rebukes I did on him, or refutings I did on some of his doctrine, I put the Kendrick Lamar, I had my face over the Kendrick Lamar album and had him in the background. That went over y'all head. A lot of that went over y'all head. A lot of issues been going on. It's bad. Yeah, 2025, man. I told you it's too much information. Brothers been doing this for so long, and now this technology done came out, man. It's gonna be problematic, man. It's gonna be problematic for a lot of brothers. A lot of this stuff, a lot of brothers gonna get exposed, man. A lot of sisters are hurt. A lot of brothers are hurt. Brothers have left organizations hurt, man. Certain things done happen. They ain't say nothing, man. They don't say nothing. They'll go to another camp and say it. They'll leave that camp, come over here, and then try to tell me about it. And I'm like, no, I can't say nothing because it's just one side of the story. And that's what I'm waiting on too with this whole thing, is that to see his response on this. And put a 1 in the chat if you think he'll admit to it and repent. Put a 1 in the chat and say, man, you know what? I got a problem that's never been addressed. I got sexual demons on me. I've went to get counseling. Not no counseling from some more perverted Israelites. And that's why a lot of this stuff go unchecked, because brothers in the same thing. And brothers hearing the story like, what, you doing that? I might try that too. But that money, man, listen. That money getting short. That money must have been drying up. It's just flesh, man. It's just flesh going unchecked. Who gonna check them? When a person gets to that point, who gonna check them? These women? These women, man. These women, man. And that's why you gotta be, man, like I say, man, if you got you a good sister, man, you need to be thanking the Lord for her, man. You need to be thanking the Lord for her. And if you got a good husband, you sisters need to be thanking the Lord for her, because that flesh got a hold of a lot of us. It got us gripped up. Satan's devices. Porno on Facebook now. Porn is everywhere now. All right? And this stuff, these young jokers taking honey packs and, You know, what's that thing, Shannon Sharp? Shannon Sharp advertising little red pill all the time. You know, so I gotta be mindful, man. Better be mindful and grateful. And when you see certain examples, man, look at those examples. You know, I was talking about the brother inside out about a lot of the brothers, that are married. It ain't, like I said, it ain't perfect, but it ain't that. It's far, 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 far from that. It's far from that. And brothers ain't got to hide their wives, ain't got to hide their marriage, ain't got to hide their kids. And they can be examples, ensigns to the rest of the body, ensigns to Israel on what families look like, not just IUIC putting the marriage stuff up there and putting the wedding and, and then sisters just get to fantasizing on that, but just real structure inside the home. Structure with the kids and how well behaved the kids are, and saying that, oh, you know what, this thing works. Living this thing out really works. It's really beneficial. Look how well behaved, and that's what the whole Deuteronomy 6:4. That's what that's all about. Hosea 4:6. Yeah, come on now. Malachi 2:1. Come on now. Our people out here, man. These people out here, man. That's, brothers saying they shocked about it. I don't know how you shocked. I don't know how you shocked. Let me tell y'all, man. We would do a camp. We did a unity camp one time with HOI. Everybody keep either Friday or Saturday Shabbat. Most of us on that same, they on the lunar Sabbath though. Even that, y'all, come on now. Wait, even that. Brothers doing a camp in front of a strip club. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Talking about I'm finna change these strippers. And I'm finna give these strippers the word. Who else was in front of a strip club? Why would you do that? Why in the world would you do that? But we was doing a unity camp with HOY. Brothers doing a camp in front of Hooters. Why are you doing that? Why you gotta be in front of Hooters? Why are we facing Hooters doing a unity camp? What is it like? Why are we doing that? Then, after the camp was over, them brothers go inside of Hooters to go eat. They go inside of Hooters to eat after they just got done teaching. I don't know how people are surprised. I don't understand it. Yeah, man. Yeah, that thing. Yeah. Yeah, shalom, Hebrew elevation. Praying for sincere healing and truthful direction. Come on now. Come on now. Don't mess around and get dark on me. I had to turn around. I ain't got no flashlight or nothing. You best rather get back to the house. But, yeah, looking back, man, them spots were very sus. Hooters? I'm talking about from the foundation. The very first, like, this the location we gonna be. Friday night. This the night location. We gonna be in front of Hooters. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. And they can't check each other. That's why it's important for your leadership to be blameless. All right? Because you can't check nobody on adultery. If that person seen you in adultery and didn't say nothing, you can't check them. How you gonna check me? And I told you, all of these splits that done happen is because of some sexual perversion. 9 times out of 10. It wasn't because of doctrine. And you know how many camps we got in Atlanta now? You know how many camps in Atlanta now? And all of them was in one location. You know, so we're going to get street baptism on here one day, man. We talk about that. Because that brother came to me. You know, hey, man, let's link up with the HOI, man. We'll tell y'all that story. There was no camp established. He was asked. And he came and asked us, do we want to go? And that's how, you know, this thing, and then every camp hit that same block, man. You know, Sons of what's now Sons of Thunder, House of Saints, all them camps was on that block, that same block initially. And then it just broke off because of sin. Sin after sin after sin after sin. And then it went unchecked. And then you make me out the bad guy. You say, I'm the bad guy, I'm hating. But I was never close, see? That's the thing. That's the thing that's different about me. I was never close. I was never that close. I talked to camp, and once camp was over, I was getting on the train. I was headed back to the east side. I wasn't kicking the bobo. And that because I knew jokers. I read them out the gate. Brother told me on a phone call, you know, we was trying to debate, talk about the logistics about us coming together and doing a camp. You know, we never done this before. Tell us some of our stuff. And then one of the things the brother said, he said, don't be trying to take our women. Don't be trying to take our women. That right there told me, oh, yeah. Nah. And then all kind of allegations start coming up on the brother that never been dealt with, never been checked. That never got checked, y'all. 1 Corinthians 5:9, King James. He says, I wrote unto you in the epistle not to company with fornicators. Come. There are no elders in these camps. That's a red flag. Yep. Nothing but kids, man. Peter Pan. I joke of Peter Pan, man. The joke of Peter Pan. He's Peter Pan. No. Your leader is doing that. How he gonna check anything going? How this brother with pimping Ken? Come on, y'all. He trying to learn something. He got the dialogue from pimping Ken trying to get game. How now I got me 4, 5 wives. How can I put them to work? Because I done lost control of some of these Negroes. And they done started their own camp. And started their own finesse. Listen, man, them days over, man. Them days over. You gonna have to really evaluate whether you want to do this thing or not. All right? Whether you want to do this thing or not. Man, we been doing this thing 60 years and ain't got nothing. 60 years and we more wicked than we was before. Getting worse. We getting worse. And then brothers want to call you a bug out. He be the main brothers calling you bug outs and you crazy and all this. Come on, man. Come on, man. We gonna see. What do y'all think? You think he gonna apologize? You think he gonna own up to it? Maybe a little bit of it. And then be like, hey, you know, but she crazy too. You know. She's crazy too. She a little out there. But I did order come on, man. What in the world is going on, man? What in the world is going on, man? You know. And brothers, you know, it's something about a joker that be barking all the time, man. It's always something about the loudest joker in the room. It's always something about him. You know, but And then listen, then it puts a whole new perspective to the whole no jumper situation. Come on, y'all. Who trying to go on no jumper? Knowing that this man, that the host is a porn star. Why you going up there talking to whores and sluts and pimps? You trying to get the word out? When the camera get off, what you doing? What y'all talking about? You trying to set up some scenes? What in the world is going on? That'll make you want to fly across the country. Make you want to fly across the country, y'all. Tainting the name. Come on now. Blaspheming the name in front of the Gentiles. Brothers be saying they hate Gentiles. Oh, man, they hate them. They can't stand them. Yeah, we know that's not the truth. No, that's not the truth. Yeah, we got to bring this stuff out, y'all. You know, we just trying to let everything come out. We ain't trying to jump the gun. But Ariala over there at Sakari, he's left. Some brothers over there at Hollywood, Sakari, it's issues over there that brothers have showed, you know, having allegations on extortion. Brothers just taking jokers' money, not paying them back. You know, jokers almost, jokers are, you know, they playing that Dow. They playing the same thing like Pastor Dow, man. That's the level they want to get to. That's the level they want to get to. Come on, man. Romans 12:2. And be not conformed. Come on, man. What you think you doing over there? You think you finna go inside of... Man, come on, man. That's literally hell. You're going up there. Somebody gonna die in that studio, man. Somebody gonna die at that Adam 22 situation. If it keeps operating the way it operates, somebody's gonna die. This man lets other men sleep with his wife. And then this brother has allegations of setting up his rib for Tinder dates with white men. Come on, man. You know. Like I say, these just allegations. These allegations, but it's text messages and things being suppressed. He might take this live down. But I was just giving y'all this to let you know what was coming. Like I said, I got a lot of work to get to tonight. But y'all willing, I'd go and knock this stuff out and at least drop, you know, at least 1 or 2 videos tonight. But if not, we'll try to get to them tomorrow. And maybe some more information has come out. And it's like, what about, I don't, you know, I'm gone. If it's me, bro, I'm gone. Especially if I've been giving this man $100 a month. And that come out, I'm gone. I'm gone. It says the camps having operating the same image, the same place, and hate. Yeah. Been pimping, man. Been pimping. Been trying to tell you how to control your wife. Brother's been paying for counseling. Praying for mentorship. And it's the same thing, man. People would have did anything for Puffy, man. Because of the image. See, jokers out here worshiping men. That's the problem too on the flip side. Out here just worshiping men. Let him teach by himself, man. See if he do that. See if he teach by himself. With nobody. With no funds coming in. See if he can do that now. That's the test. Most High finna put him back in the wilderness. That's the test. See if he can do it with a job. Got the lunar Sabbath. See if he can keep it with a job. Go in there and talk to them folks and try to get alternate days off every month. Let's see if he gonna keep the Passover without the funds coming in. Let's see. Let's see, man. Could be a test. You've been playing too much. See? You've been playing entirely too much. And brothers trying to clear their name. Come on now. Brother, you stay with your brother though. Come on now. I get it. It ain't you. You ain't got to clear your name on nothing. You know, brother asked the sister, can you tell everybody and clear my name that I ain't know nothing about this? Yeah. You ain't got to do that. But you stay with that brother, man. You seen a lot of things. It ain't just that. Like, you know how far it take to get to that? You know how many problems have to occur? How many problems there has to be that have to be shown to get to that point? Yeah, man. Yeah. So we just gotta be mindful, man, and look at these examples. Like I say, Joker's gonna get Billy Carson this year. Don't get Billy Carson. Too much information. Too much technology. Too many things. Too many cameras for you to get caught out here, man. And these are the heavier matters, man. This ain't the stuff we don't teach a lot on it. We ain't teaching on sexual perversions. We ain't teaching on it. We ain't teaching on fornications. We ain't teaching on pornography. And that's even for myself. I start doing more lessons, man. I know I had a lesson. Do not look. I may have to redo that lesson again. Yeah. Just like Eddie Long, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It ain't no shocking situation. When someone gets in just like the Catholic priests, when they get in a certain position of power, when people get in a certain position of power where they can do it, that flesh does it. That flesh ends up taking control. It ain't a black-white thing, a religion thing. It's happening all over through whatever religion, whatever cult following, Egyptology, whatever. That brother Polite. Come on now. The brother had interviews with Brother Polite. Probably chopping it up with the brother. Probably got the brother phone number. I'm pretty sure that brother probably had his phone number. Wanted to get to that level. Look at all these folks in this community, in this conscious community that done got to that level. In the fall that man. It was like I don't know if y'all seen that with LeBron. LeBron was, it was LeBron answering about this other brother saying he didn't want to be the face of the NBA. He didn't want the cameras on him because you gonna get scrutinized. And that's the thing about leadership. You know, don't be jumping out here. You know, you want the glitz and the flame and you want to be that person. But when it's done right, leadership is servitude. When it's done right, it's servitude. It's slavery. I say the greatest among you will be the least. He's going to be your servant. The greatest person among you going to be your servant. Why you can't? Why it's so hard for you to understand that? Why you serving this person and you think he the greatest among you? If you paying him $100, come on, y'all. But we not reading the text. We waiting on people to teach us. And then we want to call ourselves priests. We want to be a nation of priests. But you don't want to read the text. You don't want to understand the text for yourself. You ain't challenging nothing. You just receiving what somebody's saying to you. Challenge it. You don't agree with it, look at it. Examine it. Be a Berean. Brother was talking about the brother loving his image. And the brother loving his image. And I've been said that too about the head covering situation. That came because of his hairline. And I'm not trying to be funny or nothing because my hairline toe up too. That's why I started growing my hair. But he didn't like that hairline. Him nor Deacon. Him nor Deacon. And that doctrine start coming out because of them. Because of the flesh. It wasn't understanding. It was flesh, man. Because no brothers used to do that. When I tell you, go back to that HOI situation, nobody would do that. Everybody have at least a little hole on top of their head where a little was uncovered. And that'll be one of the first things we'll try to cut somebody with. You know, can you take your hat off? We'll see if you're obedient and to the word. Will you take your hat off while we're reading these scriptures? And I can see, you know, brothers, you know, having, okay, well, this ain't praying and prophesying and stuff like that, going from that angle. But just taking the angle that, you know, Paul ain't authoritative and all that, that's off to me. This is very damaging to the movement. I gotta watch for people that never take their head off. Yeah. The flesh wants to self-exalt itself. Yahuwah is not exalted Yahuwah, because people love to hear people say, yeah. And then that brother had just sat there and said he a prophet. Then the brother, listen, y'all, I done made it to the house now. But then the brother, you know, the brother said, well, you ain't no prophet. He said, yeah, I am a prophet. And he said, well, what miracles that you did? And this brother was acting like he done raised folks from the dead, man. Like, bro, and then stood on it, man. We done did all kind of miracles, man. And then you sitting up here with all these sex demons on you. Come on, man. You talking about you a prophet. You and that other brother. You and that other brother. Yeah, I said, they say, you better be careful too, man. Y'all better be careful too. Y'all need to sit down, man. Y'all need to sit down. You need to sit down somewhere, man. Go back to the foundation. Go back to the basics. Sit down somewhere, regroup, reform. Shut up. Get ghost for a minute, man. It was another situation from HOI. HOI, brother had some allegations. Came out with the brother dealing with a sister since she was 16. He was 60 years old. He was 60. Sister was 16. He waited till she was 18. Then the elder sat there and sent him a message. Oh, you can't wait till she turned 18. Elder Zabak. We'll put a name on it. Elder Zabak sent a message to this brother who he knew was courting a 16-year-old. It came close to her 18th birthday, and he was like, I know you ready for her 18th birthday. And then was like, well, you know, it ain't a sin. She 18 is by law. What we gonna do? And you know what Zabak did? Zabak shut him out. That's one thing about Zabak. Zabak ain't finna keep going back. Zabak ain't finna go back and forth with no joker. Zabak made his judgment, and you know, because so much stuff ended up happening, he ended up kicking the brother out. The brother ended up popping up in another camp. And that's another thing we have to deal with, you know, when brothers do, you know, accepting brothers back in, if they can show repentance and so forth. But, man, you know, it's difficult, man. It's difficult. Brother done got hit with molesting his kids. But you gonna bring them back in? Man, you gotta pray on that. Gotta pray on that. But, you know, these are some of the issues that we have within Israel, man. We point at the church. We point at these wicked pastors. But imagine if Israel was that big. Imagine if there was an Israelite school on every corner. Imagine how many allegations it's going to be with these things like this. You think we're going to be any better than the church? We'll have the same numbers. We'll have the same numbers. Because jokers' hearts haven't been reformed. They haven't. They haven't, man. They've gotten even wickeder because they've received more power and more, you know, brothers done lifted them up, made them somebody in this Israelite world, in the worlds of the Israelites. And it's really has come to destroy them. You know, we responsible too. You know what I'm saying? Especially those brothers that lifted that brother up. Y'all giving this brother bread. Y'all seeing the certain things that's going on. Y'all know what's going on. Brothers standing in the same house. Not one brother, not two brothers, not three brothers, not four brothers. 4, 5 brothers standing in the same house. 4, 5 brothers standing in the same house. So, you know, this stuff gonna end up coming out, man. And a lot of more stuff gonna end up coming out, because this stuff has only been suppressed this long because a lot of other people are doing the same thing. So when he co-signed Drake, come on now. Yeah, study the language. Yeah, truly. Stop being bamboozled. Street baptism, you're gonna need Hebrew, Greek, and most importantly, the holy Hamitic language of Egypt. When he co-signed Drake, I knew there was something wrong. Come on now. And that's why I had did that. I told you I had did that cover. And I'm going to put that cover back up for these videos that we going to do. Unless, you know, the brother repents. And I mean the brother confessed. Let me say that first. That brother admits his fault. And that's something else I was supposed to get on that brother Smart Christian. I got receipts on that brother. I got some, you know, well, everybody know that brother went to jail. He came out of jail. But that brother bamboozled folks for over $2 million. Smart Christian was in jail for bamboozling folks for $2 million. And was told he had to pay that money back. Then the brother had put some seminary classes that were recorded, put it on his Patreon, making people pay for some seminary classes from a school that he had to get taken down. Like, man, these folks, you know, these folks crazy. But yeah, I got a ton of stuff we got to drop, man. You know, you sometimes you be getting so much work and so much darn stuff you got to do, you almost get stagnant. But let me get in here, y'all. Let me get in here, man. and get to this thing. We gonna bring this thing out. Like I say, there's been certain, there's been people that told me, hey man, you know what, you need to stop doing that. You need to stop blah 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 blah. And then there's been a lot of people that's been confirming this work and saying, you know what, man, this stuff got to be brought out. This stuff got to be brought out, man. And that's one thing about me. Like I said, they can't check me because I got a good report. It ain't gonna be no sister that's gonna tell you I was in her inbox inappropriately. There ain't gonna be no brother that told them that I extorted them and I took their money and I finessed them. You ain't gonna find that in Israel. You ain't gonna find nobody saying that I didn't give them their product, that they ordered something from my site and didn't receive their product. You ain't gonna see that. And on the opposite end, I can show you receipts. Well, Israelites done tried to bamboozle me. Done bought a garment and then call the folks on me and tell me they ain't get that garment. And then text me and say, well, I ain't think they were gonna text you about it. I'm like, bro, you brung up charges on me. Now we got a trial. And I could have went to his leadership, but I knew the leadership was wicked too. And I won the trial because I showed him the process the whole way. He seen the garment before I sent it. But that's the reason. All they can try to say, oh man, you trying to make money and they can try to do that. But I got a decent report in Israel. And so I might be the one to do it. I might have to be the one to do it. I might have to be the one to be the bad guy. But really, it's out of love. Somebody got to check you. Nobody else love you enough to check you and let you get to the point where you ordering lube and sex toys off the internet. Come on, man. I ain't gonna let you get there. And when we let bring this stuff out, we gonna it's gonna humble you. Like I said, if this stuff comes out like if it keep coming out, I can't see these brothers staying inside of these organizations. You know what I'm saying? But Khan in love, definitely in love. And he definitely got to send up prayers, man. Definitely got to send up prayers. But we also got to send out warnings to the rest of these leaders, man, to the rest of these folks that's bamboozling. Man, it's time to get it in order, man. It's time to stop playing and get this thing in order. This ain't your kingdom, man. This ain't your kingdom. And they say they waiting for it, but they not. They love right where they at. They love right where they at. They love this place. They love the fornication. How you gonna tell me he didn't love America? It's the only place he could do something like that. He can't order that over there in Dubai. He can't order that in some of these Arab countries. He can't order that in Africa, in Ghana. They find out he doing some stuff like that, they would have killed him. Again, y'all, man, I pray this thing was edifying y'all. Again, keep Israel in prayers. Make sure these prayers are specific. Get these sins off of Israel. Get these sins off our leadership. Get this pride off of our leadership. And bring repentance to this nation. Shalom, y'all. Y'all be blessed.